La fleur de la solitude. Épisode 5. L'air orange. Orange air. Love always hopes, always perseveres.
C'est ouvert! Come in! Whoa! Where did you get that? Oh, and who is the lucky one?
My celebrant.
Oh,
You! Who else have I here?
but my birthday is in July.
Well, I decided that it's today. Why today wouldn't we celebrate the new beginning, huh? Look, aren't they beautiful? These tiger lilies begged me to buy them. Because of you, look, I smile. With no special reason. Okay, we needed the help of snow to get me here too, but if there wasn't you and your experimental, innovative idea, only snow wouldn't help. I feel good, happy, and grateful, of course. And why do we have to have a birthday to get the flowers, huh? We are really weird. Someone cares about us, we say no thank you, and then we complain for not being cared for or appreciated. But no worries, I understand, I'm the same. Ooh, I can be so ungrateful.
Merci beaucoup, Freeda.
I realize by now that you have the bear's fur, but please, can I close the window? It's still winter outside.
Oh, ouais, bien sûr. Take off your coat.
Wow, you made a fire. As the window was opened and noise came in, I didn't notice, sorry. Beautiful. Ooh. I will need some time to warm up. I will take my coat off in 10 minutes if you don't mind, okay? Immortelle? Tout va bien? Oh, me and my quick tongue. Oh, I'm sorry, Elle. I didn't mean anything bad. Above all, to say that you're ungrateful.
No, tu vas bien. You are right. I am ungrateful. I don't appreciate what I have.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that. I wanted to say how I can be ungrateful, not...
No, you just said what I needed to hear, because you are right. I didn't prepare for today. I didn't buy the oranges as I planned, or anything orange.
But look, life did it.
It's not simple lately. This isolation of mine... The world moved and I don't see my sister, my nephews, just this appartement, my office and my apartment. And the snow and you. Your beautiful gesture embarrassed me for a moment. And I realized how I wasn't present and grateful recently. You know, it's been some time since it's been such a lovely day.
Oh no. Please, well, I'm such a hypocrite. I'm sorry, but you... Yeah, it's been such a weird day. Can I honestly tell you what happened? I went to buy the oranges because I knew that today is the orange day, so I wanted to contribute a bit. But next to the grocery, there was this fleuriste, this flower shop, and when I saw the lilies, I instantly felt as if I should buy them for you because you deserve them. Yes, but then, as they cost more, I was hesitating. Here. Take a tissue. You know what prevailed? I assumed that you would buy oranges and thought this might be a more creative orange idea for our session. I imagined your surprised, grateful face when you'd see me bringing them, and I thought how proud of yourself you might be because we are making progress. You see, I wanted to impress you. I wanted you to like me more, and so I packed the truth in a more lovely decoration paper. Now what's worse? Your temporary ingratitude or my deeply rooted low self-esteem?
But come on, you are saying all that only in order to make me feel better.
No! Your strong, honest reaction provoked mine. I instantly got a guilt trip. Sorry, bad actress.
So, what now? You are going to cry too?
Give me a second.
Hey, Freeda. Please, come on, take a tissue. I would offer you mine, but it wouldn't be very useful. I guess then our connection is growing.
Yeah. And honesty is the measure.
I'm sorry. I act like a child when I'm overwhelmed. These beautiful orange lilies in the middle of a snowy day, great company, the seed of my idea is here. My cat, too good to be true. It's happening. Oh merde! Dieu! Mon Dieu fidèle!
Elle?
Grâce à Dieu, they were closed.
Okay.
Cherche à ton. Ici. Je suis désolée, tu vas devoir être ici un peu, d'accord? A vase? Oh, you're warm. Bien.
You have a cat? In here?
Yes, mon ange fidèle. My savior for the last 10 years.
Really?
Thank God I remembered at the last minute, 'cause my cat could have died from your smell. I mean, from the fragrance of lilies.
From lilies?
Cats are extremely sensitive to lily toxicity. The entire lily plant is toxic for them. The stem, leaves, flowers, pollen, and even the water in vase.
But these ones don't smell. They're not Oriental, but Asiatic.
That doesn't matter to them. You know how they smell everything and then lick themselves after.
Oh, it's that dangerous? I knew that Oriental strong fragrance might provoke different reactions in humans, like headache or allergies. So when visiting a newborn, I would buy the Asiatic, white ones. I never had a cat, so I didn't know they could be affected in such a fatal way.
Oh, yes. Monique had a chaton Bernadette, and I bought her white lilies for her birthday, so I almost cost that cat a life. Cats have 7 lives, but because of me, I think Fidel has only one more left. And without him, I would have lost mine for more than 7 times. I apologize, Freeda. Just as much as I would love to, I can't have lilies at home. I mean,
I understand, no worries. Leave them here.
But the weekend comes, and it would be a pity that no one enjoys their beauty. Can you take them to the studio?
I can, of course. Wow. Who could say? Someone's joy is someone else's death. I'm really sorry, I didn't know.
Of course. How could you know? It happens. I trust you, you know?
I know.
They are really beautiful. Like with colors, the meaning of the flower depends on the culture, context, and type de fleur. And it has been interpreted in different ways. En général, tiger lilies orange represent les émotions such as confidence and pride. And because of these little spots on it that look like coins of money, they also represent wealth.
Really? Then good that I'm taking them with me.
The most extra interpretation of these flowers are hatred and disdain.
Oh, fuck. Oh, pardon, I didn't...
I know, don't worry. All these symbols around us are just signs on our way. If we would stick to it blindly, it wouldn't end well. They should just color our world a bit and show us some paths. But if we don't feel what the symbols tell us in a moment, we shouldn't follow them. The only thing we need to follow is our heart. So, I considered your gift as something extremely positive from a different aspect. But you might want to think twice before giving this orange to someone but yourself. Most of the other lily types are associated with positive things.
I'm not sure anymore. I will then buy only the white ones, as symbols of Christianity, symbolizing purity and virginity. With white ones, I can't go wrong.
There are several ancient stories of the tiger lily throughout Asian culture. One of these old myths tells the story of a hermit who found a tiger with an arrow jabbed into his body. The hermit attempted to remove the arrow and save the tiger, but the tiger died. However, the tiger told the grieving hermit that their friendship would survive after his death. Tiger's body is then converted into the tiger lily flower, becoming an everlasting symbol of their friendship.
So poetic. I heard a story about the friendship between the young and wealthy statesman on a diplomatic mission and the passionate goatherd who played the lute. At that time, an aristocrat would not associate with a commoner,
But the two men struck up a friendship through their music and their lutes. Once a year, they would gather to renew their friendship while playing naturally as a flowing water. For many years, the ambassador tried to lift the goater out of his poverty, but his friend refused. He did not want to pollute their friendship with money. Years later, when the ambassador was gray-haired, he went to their spot, but his friend wasn't there. He tried to play alone, but his melody was miserable. Finally, someone came and told him that his friend starved to death during a recent famine. He was left despondent and broke his lute, saying, "With my friend gone from this world, who will I play my music for?"
Ouais. True friendship is a real harmony.
Well, this story is closer to irony than harmony of life. Why does it always have to be that way?
It's not always. Just in that story. As a matter of fact, this ending is very rare. For me, it tells a lot about both of them. I hear mutual love, respect, and dignity.
But what does dignity have to do with starving and dying?
A lot. Remember, we are all here for different reasons. Things such as one's dignity and honor cannot be bought. It is not how it should be, but as always, how each individual thinks it's right for him or her. But this story has a lot of other messages too. This is incredible. As I said, with you, I am never prepared. The oil. You see? You should never want to have or do anything all at once.
The orange? Tangerine?
Come on. You are underestimating my creativity. You were right. Orange et tangerine, I left at home. What a day.
Oh, okay.
But we have to work with what we have. As the most important thing in our work is to discover all of our fears that block us on our way of discovering our authenticity, so we could love ourselves completely and unconditionally in order to find our purpose and the way how we can serve on this planet called Mother Earth. Essential oils of only Mediterranean plants. I believe that we are born exactly where we can make a change and where we have everything for our growth, all the tools needed. Grâce à Dieu, you are open enough and playful so we don't need a real tangerine, or eat oil. Anyway, it is not from the Mediterranean, but Asia.
Really?
Its name comes from the light orange color clothing, available only to high officials of the Chinese Empire who were giving that fruit as a sign of attention.
Oh, because of the story of Tito, Yugoslavian leader who was sending tangerines to parentless children from the Briuni Islands? For my whole life, I thought tangerines originate from Croatia.
Everyone had something of their own interest.
Oh my God, yes. Yes. Last year, one professional storyteller gathered 90 storytellers from all around the world to retell a short story. And the original story was already lost in the third version. Imagine how it sounded in the last one.
Of course, Orange could help us more. especially Niaoli. So, its archetype is abandoned child, and its intention is to enhance the feeling of independence. Indépendance. But today we will have to take another route. Romarin.
Rosemary?
Mm-hmm. 2 drops of rosemary, signor. And 3 drops of rosemary, Verbanon. 1, 2, 3. Voila. I mentioned the archetype to you, but I didn't tell you there are 4 main categories. So, we have the victim, the child, the prostitute, and the saboteur.
Okay. I mean, all makes sense, but the prostitute?
I can imagine what's in your head. We will get there. Wait a second. So, all these archetypes are called the guardians, and Rosemary is the guardian of our choices. We use it to empower ourselves while we are making decisions, everyday ones and the big ones. Correctness and non-violence. With our continuous self-questioning, doubts, inner conflicts and insecurities, we are sabotaging ourselves daily. Decide to stand clearly and firmly behind our choices. Its main lessons are responsibility and self-fidelity. You see, it's true. The answer was here before we asked.
We asked something?
Le chat, mon fidèle.
I completely forgot about him.
J'arrive, mon ange, attends! To be able to accept some rules and to balance them with our inner truth demands wisdom. And to get there, we need to confront our fear of failure, our fear of dishonesty towards ourselves and the others, our fear of representing our own opinion, affected by our weaknesses and emotional dependence.
Oh, I'm afraid we don't have that much time.
Again?
I didn't say anything.
Is it more like a therapy of yours or just an art?
Isn't it the same?
Well,
You can't imagine how many notebooks I have filled back home. I had to put it somewhere. Music was one place and morning pages the other, so kind of both.
Sometimes I have a feeling that some pieces of art leave me in a worse condition than they found me. Most of them are modern art. There is a difference between the art that vomits and the one that leaves us in a meditative, peaceful state.
Well, I agree. Some artworks can disturb a lot. But I think that the artworks should be a creative interpretation of our inner world, our emotions and thoughts. The only thing that matters is that artistic expression is authentic and honest. And then it doesn't matter if we like it or not.
Bien. But if we put the so-called entertainment art aside, don't you think that most of the artworks are dark? As artists are only sticking to their problems, to their dark side.
I don't know what to say except that they create from what occupies them the most. It can be what bothers them, but also what rejoices them. I just think that doing something only to please someone so you could be accepted is a bigger issue in art than producing your dark spectrum of colors through your work. If we talk in colors, art should represent the mixture of white and black. Okay, they're not colors, but you know what I mean. All the other colors would represent our points of view, our different perspectives.
I like how you put it in words, metaphorically. But do you really think that all creative expressions should be shared?
On my journey, I realized that creativity is the fragrance of freedom of every individual. And as we already tapped into this subject, I don't consider myself as someone who could say what should or shouldn't be considered as an art. My creative work saved my common sense and helped me to evolve and put some things in their places. If all those feelings and thoughts are inside of me, they have to come out somehow, otherwise I could get sick. I found my art as the most nonviolent form to do that. That's why I'm putting it out there somewhere, so that only people whose path will go that way will hear their story in mine.
But I see many examples of the violence in art. Why?
There are as many different aesthetics. The same goes when it comes to art. Artists should be the witnesses of their own time. I'm an artist, and I can do whatever I want. I'm kidding. Yeah, but really, that position gives us huge freedom to say what is needed in order to push the evolution forward. Many artists are extremely hypersensitive, and I guess that in order to survive, their problems, personal, social, and professional ones, they have to be expressed. Outside of their worlds, in most cases, they are not understood. We are not understood because people who are not artists haven't yet discovered their need to express the needs of their own beings, of their own soul.
Bien. Now I will sound a bit like a teacher, but you are really good today. And yes, you succeeded to impress me by your fast improvements. You were right about something that you weren't even aware of. Orange color encourages people to be sociable and to do good deeds. As it is a mixture of red and yellow, it is lighter than red one, but still warm, joyful, and energetic. For example, last time you were all in red. Emotional, I mean that we couldn't even talk about it. Today, when you are on your lighter side, we have better chances to communicate about what was under that hurt volcano. When I was younger, I recall saying things I regretted later, and all because I was too emotional at the moment. It is not the solution to neglect our emotions. En fait, le contraire. We should strongly take them into consideration when making decisions or discussing with someone. If we already have a hard time controlling our thoughts, we shouldn't allow them to cross our mouths. Finally, the only difference between wise ones and those that are not is strong self-control. Well, mostly the control of our ego. Whatever major decision we have to make, we have to avoid a heavy day.
And sleep on it.
Yes. The ability of using your experience and knowledge in a balanced way raises the possibility of making a good judgment. Scientists have found that without emotions, we become ineffective complètement at making decisions. Intelligence émotionnelle is one of the strongest predictors of success at work. And you By being so emotional, you have big potential to succeed.
Then why do I have such difficulties working with people? I mean, not working with them, but just finding and keeping the right ones.
I am sure you know. Just, are you ready to say it out loud?
If I knew it, I would probably be somewhere working with my team. For years, I've been looking for collaborators with whom I will grow, fulfill my truest potential, serve the society, as you say. But people come and leave all the time. And then I'm sure it cannot be them but me, myself. And if you can tell me what it is, I would be very grateful for it. I am very open and aware of my flaws. Look at me. My goal is to expose myself so I couldn't be exposed more by others. If it will have to happen, at least it will be under my conditions, under my control. What? Should I write something down? What?
Thank you for helping me to find our way.
Our way? What do you mean, our way? I already know my way. It brought me here.
Oh, vraiment? If you are so sure, why are you being rude, pessimistic, angry, in fear, huh?
No, I'm not. I'm just...
Tired?
Yes. That's the right word. Tired. Tired of pushing it on my own. I see no light at the moment, and I don't know where to dig for strength anymore. I feel like... Am I depressed?
Oh, Freeda, no! Where did that come from? Would I ask you to collaborate with me if I didn't consider you stable? Wait, now you reminded me. Let's make a break, huh? And listen to Paegrad. The town has fallen, that's the translation, right?
Oh, okay. You have it?
Bien sûr. Now I have them all. I almost know the lyrics.
Pa je grad, al ne više nego drugi iza njega, što padaju, što tonu svaki dan. Jednom pa je grad, al ne od muke, od svoje ruke i od gladnih očiju, ko ovi iza njega danas. Sami sebe, neću mučat jer me grebe otrov naših okvira i pravila. Izist ćemo sami sebe, račune plaćat će mlado sjeme skupim suzama. Jednom pa je grad, al ne više nego drugi iza njega, što padaju, što tonu svaki dan. Pa je grad, al ne od muke, od svoje ruke i od gladnih očiju, ko ovi iza njega danas.
I wrote this song originally on a guitar. Maybe you would like it more.
Is it important that I like it?
Well, no. I mean, it would be nice, but no.
Feels good, right?
Yeah. If only I felt that since I was a kid. It would be so much easier.
I remember you telling me about this song. You were so passionate about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Your culture reminded me of liberté, fraternité, égalité, les gilets jaunes. They left such an impact on me that I... Remember my first session when I was telling you about fraternité? Brotherhood in my country when it's about football. In this song, I sing about the consequences of its lack in our society in all other areas. In 1991, the city of Vukovar had fallen. But our cities had continued falling in peace. After the war, 20, 30 years after, we became the enemies of our own country. It wasn't so obvious before, but now when the internet is available to everyone, people share their opinions on every corner and we can get a more realistic picture. That acknowledgement shook me and a small rebel was born in me. And suddenly I wrote a song. But then my enthusiasm evaporated very fast. 'Cause what can I do alone? Nothing can be done alone. I mean, nothing more impactful.
Does one bread make a difference?
Well,
Okay. Does one flower make a difference?
Yeah.
How many times have we heard that a song saved a life?
Many.
And the song is often written by one person, right?
Usually, yes.
So, doesn't it bring some hope? Don't think too much about the ways you are going to make a change. And I'm not saying that it is not important to think how we will spread our messages, especially in the 2020s, just that there is time for everything. Everything comes in its own time. First, you check on yourself. Who are you? What do you feel? Where do you go? And where do you want to go? What impact do you want to make? What legacy to leave? What could be that special reason why you, authentic, you came here? What is your truth? That's what we are all obliged to find out and share. By sharing it, we enrich this world. And isn't that the biggest accomplishment? To contribute with joy, to be a part of a big picture. There are not many things that we can control. And you are right. It is hard and tiring, the process of getting all those answers. But that's the only way. And everyone is getting a different answer. There is no same path you could follow and make it easier on yourself. But there is one thing we can control, and we should all start from there. Our emotions and our thoughts are the cause of our problems, but we can transform them into our blessings for good. Some people can help us, but we have to do it by ourselves. That's our notre responsabilité. That's what only people have apart from infants and animals. Awareness that life is such a gift. And when we forget it, we have to start digging in order to find where that awareness went away. Our complex emotions are amalgams of basic emotions and cognitions, but are also our tools. And engine that needs to be repaired and cared for. There are so many complex emotions, but the basic ones, universally experienced in all human cultures, are easily defined, and that's what connects us. No matter what language we speak, we all recognize happiness, sadness, anger, fear, disgust, and surprise. There are more than 90 definitions of emotions proposed over the 20th century. But Paul Ekman brought these 6 in 1970 as the basic ones. And if we need to make a conclusion right away from the situation we just had, your frustration could arise from anger combined with the rooted belief that nothing can be done. These situations émotionnelles help us to see how much more we have to dig. Sometimes the pain is deeper than we think, and that's why sometimes we become rude. Having control makes sense only when it is about us. All else is just illusion. Just an illusion that leaves streets of disappointments and unfulfilled expectations, n'est-ce pas?
I apologize for losing my control. I see the point.
Apology accepted. But I don't mind. But this is not the authentic you. Just the dress we don't like, and we will take it off. But first, we will accept that it is the one you are wearing now, and express our gratitude to it for showing us the way. If I am all right with myself, I can never take this personally. You came all fluffy today, but it didn't last because it wasn't the feeling you felt in your core, but the one you craved for. And both are true. Just the one that was more suppressed bursted out under the pressure and got out of your control. Your energy, your voice, words. Being irritated, frustrated, and angry is good, Freeda. It's a step forward from the last time.
But I'm not angry. More like frustrated. Yeah. No, impatient. I'm not in doubt or guilt anymore, just tired and
need some help. Write all that down. You are doing everything to help yourself, and that is the most important thing. Despair and powerlessness sont les émotions, are the emotions of lowest vibration. And believe me, you are not there.
But I know those feelings. I hung out with them and I never want to see them again. The hopelessness, the fear of getting the whole picture that I don't like, despair, guilt, insecurities. There were mornings when I would wake up and say to myself, okay, I understand the game. Now, how much time do I need to spend here before I die? Not to be misunderstood, but if I ever reached depression, that was that question. I never had dark thoughts like killing myself, and I felt as not fitting in this world, like I was dropped from above, or even worse, pushed and forced to come here. My whole life I speak a different language wherever I am, even in my own country. Yes, sometimes it feels as if my mother tongue is not the right one. Weird, I know. Why is there not only one language? Life on this planet would be so much easier. That would mean simplifying life. Anyway, at that time, I didn't see the purpose of my life. I felt such a void. The only goals were to wake up, do the learned stuff, and nobody needed me. I had time. I had too much time, so I slowed down. I was useless and powerless. I guess that was my bottom.
What if that was your resurrection?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was around years of Jesus, so maybe it was.
Metaphorically. Humor and laughing at your own expense is the best ticket to change your emotions, and you are doing fine.
Yeah, but I don't manage it every time.
Was all this after you ended your relationship?
The world as I knew then vanished. So I'm sure that was a part of it. My canvas was wide again. I had all the color pencils, but I had no will to draw anything. My desires evaporated, and until then, they were my main fuel. At that time, I transferred to another theater, and cognitively, I knew it was good for me. But emotionally, for a long time, I felt dull. Honestly, I don't recall how I survived.
Just as you said, step by step. And if you would start thinking about each step you did, you would get the answers. What do you think? What's more powerful, emotion or thoughts?
Well, aren't they connected?
Of course they are, but emotions are far more powerful. Well, you are saying your thoughts, your emotions broke through, took all my attention, and reached me in a more authentic way. Your awareness of needing to have a control was even more expressed by your emotional engagement, and after this, if I was your potential collaborator, instead of a confident and calm leader, I would have just met an anxiety-driven wannabe leader.
Oh la la! Quel bonheur!
You survived. Yes, because you are a true leader.
Ah, yeah.
Your deep good intentions, ideas, capabilities, skills, all of your experience and core values are from that pool. But your issues with confidence still need to be solved. Freeda, you are doing everything to find collaborators, and at the same time praying to God not to find them.
What? How's that possible?
What's the title of your project?
Cvica moće, the flower of solitude?
Ouais, la fleur de la solitude. And what's your goal with it?
Through my story, I would love to inspire and encourage women to start their individual inner journeys and to start living more satisfying lives. I plan to share my creative journey of solitude as a positive experience so needed for every woman to experience in order to find her own authenticity.
And how will you do it?
With my poetry and music.
Alone?
Well, yeah, in an artistic way. I mean, mostly, because I have my collaborator. But in terms of production, no. Well, the way I imagined it, it's really too ambitious. I'm telling you, I can't do it all alone. But if I want to meet my authenticity, I have to do most of it alone.
You see, it's contradictory and it confuses people. The potential collaborators. Pourtant, I cannot decide if I should talk in French or English. The potential collaborateur. The potential collaborators.
I know. I see the big picture. But it is so difficult to explain it sometimes. If I don't build the foundations on my own, the core idea of the project will be lost. Every time I need to explain why I want to go to a world market, why I don't want to announce myself as an author and want to publish my music without my face. I have arguments, very good arguments, but people cannot perceive what is out of their visual experience. And I'm not hiding. I'm just not saying, look at me, but saying, hear me. It is so natural that each one of us desires to be heard. If I want to share the message of how inner values are more important part of a human being than the visual, ethical, religious ones by using audio media, it is logical that there are no visual distractions. If I want to share the message how, as a society, we are dispersed, lost, and superficial through only audio media, people will start using their audio sensors and create my figure in their own way, according to my voice. My visual identity would only disturb their creativity. If I want to share my authentic self, I have to sing the lyrics in Croatian, the way the emotions and thoughts went out of me. Why does nobody question international music known worldwidely, like French chanson, fado, Italian canzone, whatever? Today, girls are crazy about the K-pop band BTS. They even started learning Korean. You resonate with something or you don't. I know that my language is not easy to understand, but that doesn't mean that with my work I cannot make a difference and make some people feel interested in it. In New York, I met an African-American girl who has nothing to do with my country, but she speaks Croatian. Her father worked there and she fell in love with our culture, especially music. And finally, I made you interested. Here's the living proof.
That's true. Since we met, you've been so persistent about this idea.
Yes, I am. My motivation and intention are clear. I feel it that way. All else would be compromising. And there is no compromising in authenticity. First time in my life, I know who I am. And now I have to explain it over and over and over again.
I'm so glad that you know your road, Freeda. That's just the universe checking on you if you are so sure.
And I was so good when I came here today. Whenever I'm happy, tears follow.
That's just another of your deeply rooted beliefs that we are trying to change.
How? You see, every time it proves to be true.
Yes, because you repeat it, you say it. And if you don't say it, you think it. For the beginning, you can stop saying it out loud when that thought appears. You've been listening to that since you were a kid. Why do you think it will change today? You see how harsh towards yourself you are. Some tea? Melissa?
All that comes is welcome at the moment.
Okay, I'll be right back. Melissa tea de carme.
What's the carme?
The nuns, you know. Just Google it a bit.
I will.
So, What have you written by now?
There's no need to read all of it. It's obvious I'm a control freak and that's it.
If you could only see yourself through my eyes. I mean, here. Not with eyes, but with... you got me. Okay. Now just answer yes or no, okay?
Okay.
People you work with, do you blame them as everything's their fault?
No, I say...
No, I just say yes or no.
Okay. No.
Bien. Do you criticize them? Make mean jokes in front of the others?
No.
Do you make drama to draw attention?
No.
Are you jealous of their work?
No, just proud.
So, what's happening to you is that this project is your new rebirth. Your baby. And like with new mothers, there is a great fear for the baby's safety. And therefore, of allowing others to help you. I don't know why, but because of your previous experience, you simply might have lost the trust. It is true, no one can take better care of a child than a mother. But also, that child needs to go in the world alone. And the mother's fears shouldn't block its freedom of self-development. The mother might have her wishes, but the child has to live its own life. In order to fulfill its mission here, it has to be free to choose the direction itself.
Seems like I have been carrying this child inside of my womb more than even elephants do.
Oh, my dear. Your baby was inside of you even before you knew it. Even before you were born. If we will go that far. If there wasn't your experience, your caractère, genes, sensibilité, des talents, we wouldn't listen to what you created.
I've been in this alone for too long. I know that I need a hand. Some people are good at what they do for a reason. It's not like I want to do all by myself so I could prove that I'm
good enough.
Yeah, but no. I mean, I didn't mean to say that. If I wasn't a virgin mom, I'm Mother Mary, let's put it that way, because I have no father of the project, then it would be different. But as I needed to go on a journey to meet my authenticity through creativity, I just had to do everything on my own. And now, obviously, I'm overprotecting it because I have a fear that someone else will not deliver it to the people as it was originally imagined.
I think that for artists is even harder than for mothers. Mothers give birth and let the child grow. And artists give birth to their art in an already grown-up stage. Mothers can affect their child with help and love later on. The artists are done with that. And that's, I guess, what's bothering you. The void and the emptiness that comes after its presentation to the public.
I didn't think about that. But now when you're saying it, yes, I remember it happening after every project. The feeling of not being needed is, wow, I just had an aha moment. Isn't that our core need? Do we have kids because we really feel like wanting to share love to extend the species, or because of the fear of being alone and facing ourselves? Sometimes I feel that people are spending more time choosing the right car than making the decision to have a child, or choosing the father or mother of the child. And that decision affects their whole life. And most of them, I mean us, we don't know who we are and what we are doing here. I just figured it out. I am doing all this to lose this feeling. That's why I want to be independent. Without the fear of ending alone, I will know that whoever my heart chooses, it will be from love and not from the fear of loneliness.
I told you. You are very good today.
Wow. Whew, I just felt like a volcano erupting.
I am just surprised in connection to your creative thinking. How there are no more than 12 songs.
Oh, yeah, there are. There are. Just, I had to control myself.
Good. You see, we made a circle and changed perspective.
Yeah, this one gives more sense in the real world. I mean, material one. I cannot imagine and create forever. At one point, it has to stop, so it could be shared. Otherwise, knowing myself, I would never get there, wherever.
Because it is never perfect. It is never parfait and good enough.
Maybe you should start recording our conversations, because many answers are there, and it is hard to write them all down. Thank God I talk often to my friends who really listen to what I say, and that's how I became aware of some things. It hurt at that time, but it would hurt even more if I didn't start checking on those things.
And do you have lots of friends?
Well, this will sound weird, but even though I have them less than ever, I have them more than ever. Over the years, I made some friendships that have a good foundation. You know, l'amour, le respect, et l'admiration. I realize that they inspire me daily. Just as your plants inspire you.
Ah oui, t'as raison. They are giving me the air. Before l'amour, le respect, l'admiration. Ouais. I like it. I like it a lot. When you mentioned the love, respect, et l'admiration, you started talking in French.
Okay, I will stop now, because as I said a few weeks ago, there is nothing on that floor.
I like very much how you use the words, the floor.
I'm an artist. I can talk however I want, remember? C'est un privilège.
You are right. You are right. The biggest regret in my life is that I am not.
But everyone is an artist, but people don't practice it. I am aware of the blessing, but there is also the cross we bear on that road.
Freeda, we all carry our crosses. But in majority, only the artists transform them in their freedom. Every day I listen to the people, and the things I hear are not nice. No trace of freedom in their sound. Not even the echo of it, how deep their wounds are. People swim in their pain so much that they start drinking it without realizing.
I believe you. How do you deal with that? I mean, if I may ask, do you talk to anyone?
Of course. To other therapists. And to people like you. I mean, the light always prevails in the dark if you want to see it.
Should I take this as a compliment?
It would be the best for your own good.
Even though the light worker loses contact here and there, with all her imperfections?
That's what you see.
Look, I'm proud of my stitched coat today, but before, my mistakes were blocking me on every step. As I'm showing all my flaws through my art, and as I accepted them as the steps that brought me here today, I have less fear that I'm going to be misjudged or discovered that I'm not who they think I am. At one point, I think I had this imposter syndrome, fraud syndrome.
Where does that come from?
I Googled it. I won the contest, but I wasn't so good. I was leaning on my partner. I finished 2 colleges, but I'm not so smart. I speak a few languages, but only the basics. I sing, but I'm an alto, and I can't sing everything. I remember even hiding my talents during the acting school so other colleagues that don't have that talent wouldn't feel bad. I became aware of it much later.
Oh la la. Oh la la. If all my patients would be like you, I wouldn't have a cent.
When you get a narcissistic boyfriend, you'll learn the lesson of an empath very soon.
Your ex was a narcissist.
No, not that one. I would be dead after 1 year. Wouldn't get to 17. Much shorter story. But thank God I was old and mature enough to withdraw on time.
We can talk about it if you want. Next time.
No need. I gave him more time than he deserved anyway. That's what they want. A live connection. And as you said, no good talking about bad habits.
What a blossoming day today, Freeda. Don't forget the flowers. And please, just one more short answer before we split. Tell me, what is for you a good Christian?
What? How did you switch from imperfections to Christianity?
My logic. Just tell me, are you a good Christian? One word.
One word? No, I mean, it depends. I follow the rules. At least I try. But I will never be able to live according to them. I mean, I try to follow the golden rule and treat others the best I can.
Darling, it's okay. You are tired and no need to bother about it. It's my fault. Okay, do you know the pumpkin story?
No.
I realize that some Christians might be offended by it, as it cannot be shared with everyone, but I believe you will hear the main point. Being a Christian is like being a pumpkin. God picks you up, brings you in, and washes all the dirt from you. He removes the seeds of doubt, hate, and greed. Then he gives you a new smiling face and puts a light within you to shine for the entire world to see.
For sure you should have become an artist. Your seeds of metaphors are becoming beautiful plants. What an orange day.
And with these flowers, you will think of it for the whole week ahead. You really deserved them. And the vase, too.
The ways too. Ok. Merci, Immortelle.
Gradovi padaju, padaju gradovi. A di si ti, šta činiš? Gradovi padaju, padaju gradovi. A di si ti, u kutu koje sobe čuči.